Hey, it's Audrey Nuna, and let's talk about tech.
So we're gonna do some rapid fire facts about you, Audrey. When you were 10 years old, you sang America the Beautiful at the 2009 US Open.
Wait, this riff?
Oh! Okay.
Just saying.
What's a girl from Jersey thinking when she gets invited to the US Open?
I
Sing.
actually auditioned, and it was like me and my mom waited for 3 hours on, I think it was in New York, and the celebrity judges were like, the guy from Another Cinderella Story, Drew something, and then Lil Mama.
Oh!
Yeah,
Like-
and then I forgot the last celebrity judge.
Was
but
your lip gloss poppin' though?
Pre-poppin'.
Nice.
Yes.
And that's why she got the role. What's a song from your own discography that everyone should stream right now? That should get 1.1 billion streams.
Oh gosh. I think Damn Right is a really good intro to my catalog if you don't know my music.
Yeah.
But I think that if you're really cool, you should check out Get Love, because that's probably one of my favorite songs in my catalog that's pretty underrated.
All right, get that to 1.1 billion streams, people.
Yes, go.
Now.
All right, so the MV for Mine won Best R&B Soul Jazz Video.
What would you say was your first piece of tech that you brought for yourself that you called mine?
It's probably my hit clip.
Oh! What was the song? What song?
Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Oh! Me too.
No
and Backstreet
way.
Boys. And Backstreet Boys too. I had Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys.
That, I want to get one again.
It's in.
It's crazy.
It's like those in the iZone cameras.
Yeah.
Those
I
are
don't
in
remember
again.
those.
It's like those strip cameras. It looks like a turd, but a colorful turd, but
I have
a camera.
those sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, but hit clips, the idea of having to like, it was so precious, like the
Yeah.
30 seconds that you could listen to of Hit
Yeah.
Me Baby One More Time. And it was like, that's all you could get. I think that preciousness of that, like, I just remember being so hyped about those 30 seconds. And we just live in such a different world now.
Yeah. Imagine that was like the first way you were streaming music too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Especially
Yes.
if you got like iTunes first. It was always the first 30 seconds of a song.
Yeah.
But now it's like the
And
ones
then
you
you buy it.
But Hit
for
Clip was
99
pretty dope
cents.
because it was like your keychain too.
So fly, honestly. Yeah.
It's a thing.
I love little gadgets like that.
Same.
I recently got a Tamagotchi, but it died.
Oh, we had a office one and I think we just kind of abandoned it.
Oh,
Yeah, we let that die.
really need a lot of
Yeah,
attention.
attention.
Very needy, yeah.
If you bought yours right now and it needed to be fed, I would let you feed it
Yes.
because it's totally important.
Totally.
So it all started out with a Blue Yeti microphone, GarageBand, and a
Yes.
dream.
Yes.
What type of gadgets and tech do you use now as a musician and an artist?
Actually, as a writer, there's something that's been really helpful to me. I recently got an AlphaSmart word processor, also AlphaSmart 3000. It's kind of what I guess predated Microsoft Word. Like, it's a word processor, but it's analog. So it's just a little screen with a keyboard, and you have 8 files, and you can basically write in there and eventually connect it to a printer or a computer and transfer it and print it. It's really nice because as a writer, I think, especially when you write on your phone or your laptop, sometimes you get distracted, and I think just kind of siphoning it into like this analog piece of gear is so refreshing. Like, I feel like I'm hiding in a corner from the algorithm, you know?
yeah.
Or invisibility cloak
Yeah.
from the algorithm. That's really nice. And then, honestly, I actually just recently got just a basic setup with a Shure SM7B and some new headphones because my old ones were really, really crusty. And that's gonna be great to have on the road because I'm traveling so much now and trying to find some semblance of like my workstation.
You did YouTube and Instagram covers, I read.
I did.
Which is, we're part of the YouTube generation, which is great. So like, I'm pretty sure you saw like many of those Asian artists rising on
Yes.
YouTube.
Yes.
Who are
Like
your
Ryan
favorites?
Higa.
Ryan Higa,
Yes.
Jeremy Passion,
I don't think I know Jeremy Passion. Kevin.
Kevin
Kev
Jumba.
Jumba. Kevin
Ke-
Jumba.
Kevin Jumba.
His legal name, Kevin
Kevin
Jumbularis. I think that was kind of low-key like the first semblance of representation that we had.
No, I
like,
agree.
wow, Asian person in media, you know,
Yeah.
doing something cool.
How much has changed back then when you were promoting yourself now And how is it navigating through the industry now as an artist?
Compared to then?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. No one in my family's in the music industry. Nobody I knew was in the music industry. So it really was starting from zero, you know, in terms of getting into the industry. Like, I really put up covers because I enjoyed it and I loved it. That was kind of my way of expressing and putting myself out there. And now I think it's still important to find ways to do that, you know? I think that it's a little different because I think doing someone else's music versus kind of creating your own universe, that's been probably the biggest shift.
What's the most exciting thing in your career now? Now that you have like all this access, all, you know, it's pretty much like the world's your oyster at the moment.
I think the most exciting thing for me is having just more freedom and resource to create the way that I want to create. And to also, you know, meet certain collaborators and be able to see different places around the world and be inspired by that. And also just being introduced to so many more people around the world who believe in this same message of just being your full self. Everything that the film KPop Demon Hunters aligns with, I think, is so connected to what I believe in. So I think that having that common thread with a lot more people is really, really nice. Really liberating.
The feel of your artistic identity seems to be rooted in this futurism kind of like sci-fi feel. Do you feel that that's something that you're putting out, or is it just something that you naturally gravitate toward?
I love the idea of not being bound by any space or time, I think is what inspires me. Like when I was first making music videos, you know, I was so inspired by like Hype Williams and the stuff of the 90s and the Spike Jonze directed videos for Beastie Boys, and that nostalgia really inspired me. But, you know, also seeing a movie like Akira, which was, I think, created in the 80s.
Yes.
But despite that, the level of futurism in that film, you know, like, that also really inspired me. I think also in general, like, animation is really inspiring because there's just not a lot of technical bounds in terms of, like, for music video, if you want some crazy shit to happen, it's gonna cost you a certain amount. Obviously with animation, that's gonna be the same case, but I think that the physical limit is less there. So really inspired by a lot of Miyazaki that felt futuristic, but also nostalgic. So I think I love this idea of not being tied down to any space or time, which is why a lot of the stuff I think comes off as futuristic or even nostalgic at the same time.
It's a little bit of everything. It's a little taste of whatever it is that you personally want to explore.
I think I've always just been interested in new flavors. You know, like my nickname in my family was Blueberry Cheeto because I used to try blueberries and Cheetos together on camping trips. And you know, I love like Morgenstern's French fry ice cream. I like the combination of flavors. They closed?
The New York one?
What do you mean?
Isn't it Morgenstern's? That
Yeah.
just closed, yeah.
How did you guys break this news to me right now?
I'm so sorry.
This is so horrible. This is horrible. Starts crying.
It's like, oh, this was not part of it. She needs a second.
Yeah.
The Outschool partnership. That's cool.
Yeah, it's the best thing ever, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm feeling so blessed, feeling like this, you know, this is like the plot twist of the century, being a part of this film and it taking off in this way. I'm just really excited to enjoy making art and sharing it with people who are willing to listen.
You're a blessing.
You're a blessing.
You're a blessing.
Yeah.
Because you're from Jersey, this is a question I must ask because the internet always debates about it.
Yes, there's a Central Jersey.
That was the second question, but the number one debate is, do you call it a Taylor ham or pork roll?
I wasn't really invested in that battle because it didn't really eat that much, to be honest, but I feel like pork roll.
Friends. It's a Taylor ham, man.
Wow.